The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, February 6, reveal that Claire Newman will be taught a critical lesson while Jack Abbott plays defense. Nate Hastings and Amy Lewis will also face a twist, so here's what my and our fans can look forward to. First, Nikki Newman will deliver some advice to Claire. Since Nikki will be the one behind that critical lesson we mentioned, Claire had better listen up. It's possible Claire will be dealing with some guilt regarding Kyle Abbott and the secrets she's keeping. Claire didn't give Kyle the full Jordan story, so Nikki might teach Claire about the importance of Newman discretion, even when it's hard sometimes. Then again, maybe this lesson will involve Victor Newman's disapproval of Claire's relationship. Nikki might get honest and admit Victor could make things difficult, but she also knows from personal experience that true love can conquer almost any challenge. Since Claire is committed to Kyle and wants a future with him, Nikki may push her granddaughter to stand strong against Victor's tactics. If Claire can do that, Nikki may make a prediction about Victor accepting her romance with Kyle sooner or later. Over with Jack, he'll play defense after someone questions his latest moves. It sounds like it could set up some conflict in Thursday's I and R episode. Diane Jenkins Abbott might have concerns about Jack putting too much faith in Billy Abbott's latest venture, or perhaps this could be about Diane's desire to refresh the Abbott mansion instead. Jack might be stuck in his ways and insist he doesn't want to change the home he's come to love so much over the years. Whatever the case, Jack will land in a position where he feels the need to defend his choices. Across town, Nate and Amy will get updates on some news that throws them for a loop. There'll be a twist that leaves Amy and Nate reeling in Thursday's exciting show. Since it looks like Holden will once again pose as Damian King in another meeting with Nate, could Amy decide to crash the conversation? Amy might be desperate enough to barge in, so that could bring the shock if she realizes this isn't the real Damian and alerts Nate. Regardless, the Young and the Restless spoilers say Nate and Am. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Holden may blackmail Audra Charles over her scandalous past and put some shocking secrets at risk. Let's consider some new clues that Nathan Owens offered in an interview with Soda. For starters, Owens drew attention to the fact that Holden is a single, charming guy with quite the interest in alcohol. The I and R star also hinted that Holden is definitely worldly and cultured, but there is a bit of a mysterious darkness to this character that he's looking forward to tapping into even more. In other words, Holden is a sophisticated bad boy who likes booze a little too much and knows how to use his charisma to his advantage. There are good reasons to believe all of that's going to tie into a storyline relating to Audra soon enough. Holden was intrigued when he met Audra at Nate Hastings' apartment. But what if it wasn't the first time they'd crossed paths? Audra didn't seem to recognize Holden, but what if his curiosity about her stems from a glimmer of recognition on his end? At some point, Holden may realize he's indeed met Audra before or at least knew about her. Audra recently talked to Amy Lewis about her past, including her alcoholic father and her time in the art world. It makes sense to trigger some things for Audra by throwing this guy at her who potentially teeters on the edge of alcoholism himself. Owens' comment about Holden being worldly and cultured fits for someone who is involved in the art world as well, so that may be the connection here. Whatever the case, it sounds like Holden will eventually have a chance to show off his sinister side. That could force Audra into a tight spot, since 2025 preview info indicates Audra indeed has some secrets that she'd rather keep under wraps. What if Holden has dirt on Audra? Could Holden end up blackmailing Audra somewhere along the way? Even after the truth about the real Damian is exposed, Holden could find reasons to hang around Genoa City and make life difficult for Audra. It's possible Holden will pressure Audra to help him get the job Nate originally offered Damien, despite it being a ruse. Holden might even force Audra to help him win Lily Winter's heart, since there have been some hints about them becoming a couple. Regardless, Owens hinted that Holden indeed has a history with a female character in GC, so that'll set the stage for more drama. Based on our predictions, Audra's going to face some disturbing news now that Holden's in town and on the verge of causing problems. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Audra has a real mess ahead of her, so stay tuned for updates on all the mayhem. We'll have other great Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news to read up on, so make us your favorite way and our hotspot. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, February 5 tease that Diane Jenkins Abbott spends time with her son Kyle Abbott and his girlfriend Claire Newman at the Abbott mansion. Claire is fresh off of a major life crisis, having escaped the clutches of evil Ian Ward, and Jordan Claire was so plucky that she poisoned Jordan, leading to the woman's death. She hasn't told Kyle nor his young son yet, maybe someday. Claire the killer, Diane comes to a fork in the road in regard to her life. Is this professional or personal? Career-wise, she is working on a vision for Jabot Classics, but she's also concerned about the growing bond between Claire and Kyle. Victor Newman has made it clear that he doesn't approve, and Diane may try to influence the couple to cool things down. How far will she go to ensure her son's happiness? Would Diane stoop so low as to try and break up the two paramours? Well, she did fake her own death and let Kyle believe she hated him, so... The Young and the Restless spoilers for Wednesday, February 5. Elsewhere, Victor tries to be more pleasant to his daughter Victoria Newman. The grouch grumped about Claire and Kyle to her, but now he has something different he wants to share. Ian nearly killed Victor, and he may be considering his mortality. Is Victor ready to make some changes at Newman Enterprises in order to protect his legacy? As Victor talks to Victoria, Jack Abbott converses with his brother Billy Abbott. Jack is alarmed in Genoa City. These two brothers are often like oil and water, especially when it comes to business. Jack knows that Billy wants Phyllis Summers to work with him, and this is a huge red flag. Jack had offered to finance Billy's new venture, but with Phyllis on board, the stakes have changed. Just when we thought that Billy Boy was turning his life around, Jack's warning could tee him off and send him back to the brooding side of town. How will Billy react to some brotherly caution? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates, and make us your favorite hotspot. Genoa City is on edge as Victor Newman, the titan of Newman Enterprises, faces a life-altering moment that could shake the very foundation of his empire. Following a shocking shooting incident, Victor's fate hangs in the balance, leaving his family in turmoil. As speculation grows about his possible demise, whispers of a successor ignite a fierce power struggle that threatens to tear the Newman dynasty apart. For years, Victor has built his empire with ruthless ambition, but now, as he teeters between life and death, he must decide who will inherit his legacy. With Nick and Victoria having proven unreliable in his eyes, Victor looks to the one person he believes possesses the cunning and resilience necessary to uphold the Newman name, Adam. Despite their rocky history, Victor sees Adam as his true heir, the only one capable of steering Newman Enterprises into the future. His decision, however, comes at a steep cost, igniting a war within the family that may be impossible to contain. As Victor fights for survival, Nikki, his devoted yet strong-willed wife, is blindsided by his choice. She had hoped that their son Nick would take the reins, someone she believed would preserve the family's honor. But Victor's declaration that Adam will be his successor shatters her illusions. Feeling betrayed and furious, Nikki views Adam as an outsider, someone who has continuously challenged the family's stability rather than upheld it. This decision drives a deep wedge between her and Victor, turning what was once a solid bond into a bitter feud. Nick and Victoria are equally outraged. Believing they have worked tirelessly to prove their worth, they see Adam's appointment as an unforgivable slight. While Victoria fumes in silence, plotting her next move, Nick considers taking legal action to contest Victor's decision. Meanwhile, Adam, fully aware of the chaos his ascension will bring, prepares himself for battle, knowing that his siblings will stop at nothing to strip him of his newly earned power. Behind the scenes, Newman Enterprises trembles under the weight of internal strife. Investors grow uneasy, sensing the fractures within the family. Rivals of the Newman Empire wait in the shadows, eager to exploit any sign of weakness. And as lawsuits and corporate takeovers loom on the horizon, the company's fate remains uncertain. Victor's decision was meant to secure his empire's future, but instead, it has triggered a war that could lead to its downfall. With betrayal lurking at every corner and ambition threatening to consume the Newman family, Genoa City braces for the fallout. Will Adam be able to hold onto the empire his father entrusted to him, or will Nikki and the rest of the family succeed in toppling his reign? Genoa City is no stranger to deception, but this time, the web of lies is unraveling faster than anyone could have predicted. Holden, a man who had carefully crafted an identity as the enigmatic Damien, is finally exposed, sending shockwaves through the lives of those who once trusted him. For years, Holden had moved among Genoa's elite, using his charm and wit to manipulate and deceive, but his grand illusion has finally crumbled. Holden wasn't working alone. His mother, Amy, played a key role in one of the most ambitious schemes the city has ever seen. Their target? None other than Nate, whose fortune and influence made him an irresistible mark. Amy, driven by greed and her own dark ambitions, orchestrated a plan to dismantle Nate's empire, gathering a group of conspirators to strip him of his wealth and power. But just as victory seemed within reach, fate intervened in the form of the real Damien, who returned to expose the truth. The revelation sent Genoa into a frenzy. The man everyone knew as Damien was nothing but a fraud, a mask worn by Holden to infiltrate the highest circles of power. Meanwhile, Amy's involvement was far deeper than anyone suspected. She wasn't just an accomplice, she was the mastermind behind the entire scheme. Using her status as Holden's biological mother as a shield, she had woven a dangerous web of deception, manipulating events from the shadows while appearing as an innocent bystander. With the truth exposed, justice moved swiftly. Amy and Holden were arrested, their crimes laid bare for all to see. The evidence was overwhelming, leaving them with no room to escape. For Nate, the betrayal was devastating. People he once trusted had been plotting against him all along. Rage coursed through him, but so did an undeniable sense of relief. He wasn't alone in this fight. The real Damien, his long-lost brother, had returned not just to expose the lies, but to stand by his side. The emotional reunion between Nate and Damien was one of raw emotion. Tears were shed, and wounds long buried came to the surface. For years, Nate had believed he was alone, but now, with his real brother by his side, he found strength in their shared determination to rebuild. They had been deceived, but they would not be defeated. However, as Genoa City braced for the aftermath of the scandal, whispers of yet another betrayal began to surface. Lily, a woman known for her unpredictable alliances, had been seen growing close to Holden. Was she merely drawn to his charisma, or was there a deeper, more sinister reason for her interest? Some speculated that Lily might be planning to help Holden from the shadows, setting the stage for yet another round of chaos. As Amy and Holden face the consequences of their actions, one question remains. Has Genoa City truly seen the last of Holden's deception, or is this just the beginning of another deadly game? With Nate and Damien determined to restore their family's legacy, and new threats lurking in the distance, the battle for power is far from over. When Nathan Owens was cast on The Young and the Restless, details surrounding his character were kept under wraps. When he finally debuted on the soap, it appeared that he was playing Nate's long-lost half-brother Damien. However, in the February 3 episode, it was revealed that wasn't actually true. He has just been pretending to be Amy's son, and the real Damien is actually being played by actor Jermaine Rivers. I&R marks Rivers' daytime debut, though he has worked on primetime sudsers like Devious Maids and Queen Sugar. The actor also has some superhero bona fides, playing Shatter on the Marvel series The Gifted and appearing in the feature film Black Adam. His most recent work has been episodes of Sweet Magnolias, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, and Found. I'm excited, Rivers told Insider of his new gig. It feels like it's been a long wait, and I've been sitting on that secret, but I'm excited for the world to meet the real Damien and to see the story progress. Nate thought he had met his half-brother, but he had no idea it was all a put-on, and Holden was just pretending to be Damien to gauge whether or not Nate could be trusted. So there's still plenty more twists and turns to come in this particular family drama. He's a very cerebral, cautious man, Rivers teases of the real Damien. He's very strategic and plays his cards close to the vest. He's a very successful businessman who is managing and overseeing a couple of companies, so he doesn't have time for a lot of games or drama. With that level of anonymity comes mystery, so it's going to be fun for everyone to see him, initially, in contrast to what they've already been acquainted with his proxy. You will see a contrast. Soap opera fans, rejoice! The Young and the Restless, television's #1 daytime drama, has officially been renewed through the 2027 to 2028 season, ensuring at least 3 more years of drama, romance, betrayals, and jaw-dropping twists in Genoa City. This historic renewal is a testament to the show's enduring popularity, proving that even after more than 50 years on the air, Y&R is still an unstoppable force. A historic renewal that secures Y&R's future. CBS has confirmed that The Young and the Restless will continue airing through at least 2028, marking yet another milestone for the legendary soap. With so many daytime dramas fading into history, Y&R stands tall as a powerhouse that continues to dominate ratings and captivate generations of fans. For more than 5 decades, The Young and the Restless has been a staple of daytime television, bringing unforgettable stories and iconic characters to life, as CBS executive stated. We are thrilled to continue this legacy and keep Genoa City's drama going strong for years to come. What this means for fans. With its renewal locked in, fans can breathe easy knowing their favorite characters and their most beloved storylines will continue for years to come. This also gives the showrunners the opportunity to craft long-term plots, develop character arcs, and introduce fresh, game-changing twists without the looming fear of cancellation. Could this mean the return of beloved past characters? Will new families rise to power? And what major events will shake Genoa City to its core? The possibilities are endless. What's next for Genoa City? As Y&R moves toward the future, expect the drama to escalate like never before. Some of the biggest ongoing storylines have fans on the edge of their seats, including Victor Newman's next power play. The ruthless mogul has survived every challenge thrown his way, but will an unexpected betrayal finally take him down? Romance and heartbreak. Will fan-favorite couples survive the constant twists, or are shocking breakups on the horizon? A dangerous new rival. Rumors suggest that a mysterious new villain is coming to Genoa City, ready to shake things up in ways no one sees coming. Long-lost characters returning. With this extended future, the door is wide open for past favorites to make a comeback. Could we see the return of a presumed dead character? Y&R's legacy, still #1 after 50 years. Since its debut in 1973, The Young and the Restless has defined daytime television, delivering gripping drama, unforgettable feuds, and love stories that stand the test of time. Even after 5 decades, it continues to rank as the top-rated daytime drama, proving that its legacy is stronger than ever. This renewal isn't just a win for Y&R, it's a victory for soap operas as a whole. In an era where many long-running shows have been cut short, The Young and the Restless is proof that compelling storytelling and passionate fan engagement can keep a show alive for generations. The drama is far from over. With at least 3 more years locked in, Y&R fans can expect shocking twists, heart-stopping reveals, and unpredictable alliances as Genoa City's elite continue their never-ending battles for love, power, and revenge. Fans of The Young and the Restless are in for a whirlwind of drama as the latest spoilers hint at major twists in Claire Newman's storyline. Known for her sweet and caring nature, Claire has always been seen as the voice of reason. However, recent developments suggest that she may be venturing down a much darker path, one that could change her life forever. Determined to put an end to her Aunt Jordan's reign of chaos, Claire has been meticulously crafting a plan to eliminate her once and for all. While her intentions stem from a deep desire to protect her family, there's an undeniable shift in her demeanor. Could her desperation be awakening something dangerous within her? Is Claire about to cross a line she can never return from? A dangerous game. According to the latest spoilers, Claire's interactions with Jordan have been more frequent than ever. Despite her mission to take her down, the two have spent an unusual amount of time reminiscing about the past. This trip down memory lane has brought back memories of their complicated history, including lessons Claire learned from Jordan over the years, some of which were far from healthy. While Claire believes she is manipulating Jordan into letting her guard down, could these encounters be stirring up old emotions and destructive habits she thought she had left behind? After years of hard work in therapy, could this painful past suddenly resurface, threatening to undo all the progress she has made? Victoria Newman has always been deeply concerned about Claire's emotional well-being, and with good reason. Claire has fought tirelessly to overcome the damage of her childhood and had finally found happiness. She built an incredible career, maintained a loving relationship, and seemed to have a bright future ahead. But since devising this risky plan, Victoria has noticed alarming changes in her daughter's behavior. Claire has become colder, more calculated, and increasingly distant. Victoria can't shake the fear that Claire is regressing into old patterns, ones that once led her down a path of pain and self-destruction. If she is right, the consequences could be devastating. Will Claire lose herself in the process? The success of Claire's plan against Jordan remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: she is playing a dangerous game. In trying to outmaneuver her aunt, she may end up losing herself instead. Could this scheme reawaken a darker side of her personality? Could it drive a wedge between her and Kyle Abbott? If Claire isn't careful, even her relationship with the Newmans could suffer, and Harrison Abbott might start picking up on the changes in her demeanor. This high-stakes mission to take down Jordan might end up being Claire's own undoing, unraveling the life she has worked so hard to rebuild. What do you think? Could Claire's attempt to outplay Jordan ultimately backfire, pulling her back into destructive tendencies? Will her actions bring trouble for her and those she loves? Share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for the latest drama unfolding in Genoa City. Zuleika Silver is reportedly leaving The Young and the Restless, and fans are eager to know the reasons behind her departure. After her remarkable run on the show, portraying the beloved character, she has decided to move on from Genoa City. Insiders suggest it's a mix of personal and professional motivations, with Zuleika seeking new challenges in her career. Stay tuned for more updates as we uncover the details of this unexpected exit. The impossible has happened. The Young and the Restless is bringing back one of its most iconic characters. Victoria Rowell is officially reprising her legendary role as Drusilla Winters, sending fans into an absolute frenzy. But how is this possible? Drusilla was presumed dead years ago. Buckle up, because this comeback is set to be one of the most explosive storylines I&R has ever delivered. Drusilla Winters, the return no one saw coming. It's been over a decade since Drusilla fell off that fateful cliff, leaving her loved ones shattered and fans heartbroken. With no body ever found, speculation ran wild for years. Was she really dead, or was there more to the story? Now, in a jaw-dropping twist, Drusilla is back, alive, and ready to shake up Genoa City like never before. Where has Drusilla been all these years? While details of her return are being kept tightly under wraps, inside sources hint that Drew has been alive all along, possibly held captive or suffering from amnesia. Did she escape a sinister plot? Was she in hiding? Or did someone powerful ensure she never made it home? One thing is certain, her return will send shockwaves through Genoa City. What this means for the Winters family. No one will be more affected by Drusilla's return than her family. Her daughter, Lily, spent years grieving her mother's loss, struggling to build a life without her. How will she react when Drew walks through the door? Will this reunion bring joy, or will buried secrets tear them apart? And then there's Neil Winters, the love of Drusilla's life. His tragic passing left a void in Genoa City that can never be filled. How will Drew cope with the devastating truth that Neil is gone? And will she be able to reclaim her place in a world that moved on without her? A fierce comeback with scores to settle. Drusilla Winters was never one to back down from a fight. And if history has taught us anything, it's that she'll have plenty of unfinished business to handle. From longtime rival Phyllis Summers, who was present when Drusilla fell, to the powerful figures who may have played a role in keeping her away, Drew is about to shake up Genoa City like never before. Victoria Rowell's triumphant Y&R return. Victoria Rowell's return is nothing short of a miracle for longtime fans who have been begging for Drusilla's comeback for years. While her departure from Y&R was controversial, her undeniable talent and unforgettable presence make her return one of the biggest moments in the show's history. What happens next? With Drusilla's shocking return, expect dramatic confrontations, deep emotional reunions, and a mystery that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. Will she reveal who kept her away? Will she reclaim her place at the top? And most importantly, who will be her first target when she walks back into Genoa City? For over 4 decades, Braden has been the heart and soul of The Young and the Restless, portraying the legendary Victor Newman. But in a move that has sent shockwaves through the soap opera world, the iconic actor is making a dramatic exit from the show. Fans are devastated, and speculation is running wild. Was it his decision? Was he pushed out? And most importantly, what does this mean for the future of Genoa City? Now, the real reasons behind his departure are finally coming to light. A legacy that defined daytime TV. Since joining Y&R in 1980, Braden has built Victor Newman into one of the most compelling characters in soap opera history. From ruthless business takeovers to passionate romances and bitter rivalries, Victor's presence shaped the very foundation of the show. His unforgettable feuds with Jack Abbott, his undying love for Nikki, and his complicated relationships with his children, especially Adam and Nick, have kept viewers glued to their screens for years. Behind-the-scenes drama? What really happened? While Braden himself has remained tight-lipped about the exact reasons, inside sources reveal that tensions behind the scenes have been brewing for some time. Contract disputes, creative disagreements, and even rumors of a network shakeup may have played a role in his departure. In a recent interview, Braden hinted at frustrations with the show's direction. "I've always believed in staying true to the character," he said cryptically. Could this mean he was unhappy with the way Victor's storyline was unfolding? Some insiders suggest that the decision wasn't entirely his. There have been discussions about why and are moving in a new direction, one source claims. Victor Newman has been the backbone of the show, but some higher-ups felt it was time for a change. If true, this could be one of the most controversial decisions in Y and R history. How will Victor Newman's story end? With Braden's departure confirmed, the biggest question remains: how will Y and R write out Victor Newman? Will he go out in a blaze of glory, perhaps in a shocking, dramatic twist fitting for his legacy? Could he finally retire and leave Genoa City behind, allowing for occasional guest appearances? Or, worst-case scenario, will the show make the heartbreaking decision to kill off Victor Newman permanently? Fans are already speculating about possible endings. Some believe that a tragic medical crisis could take Victor's life, leaving the Newman family shattered. Others hope for a more open-ended farewell, leaving the door open for a return. Whatever happens, one thing is certain: I and R will never be the same. Fans react. This feels like the end of an era. As soon as the news broke, social media exploded with emotional reactions. I can't imagine Y and R without Victor Newman. This is heartbreaking. So fan forever. If they kill off Victor, I'm done with this show. We're fanatic. Eric Braden is the young and the restless. They better give him the send-off he deserves. So pop roll over. Many fans are calling for the showrunners to reconsider and give Braden the respect he's earned over the years. A petition demanding a proper farewell has already gained thousands of signatures. What's next for Eric Braden? While this may be the end of Victor Newman, Eric Braden isn't ready to slow down just yet. Insiders suggest he may be eyeing new projects, possibly even a return to primetime television or streaming platforms. Some even speculate that another soap opera could snatch him up for a new, equally powerful role. In a heartfelt message to fans, Braden reassured them, "This isn't goodbye forever. I will always cherish the love and support you've given me over the years." Could this hint at a future return? Only time will tell. The end of an era, or a new beginning? No matter how Victor Newman's story concludes, Eric Braden's legacy on the young and the restless is undeniable. His departure marks the end of an era, but as soap operas have proven time and time again, anything is possible. Will Y and R survive without Victor Newman? Or will this be the beginning of a decline for the long-running soap? One thing is for sure, fans will be watching every moment, right up until the very last scene. Genoa is a place where secrets are weapons, and no one understands that better than Audra. She has tried to escape her past, but Holden, her vengeful ex-husband, has returned, carrying the secrets that could destroy her. He doesn't seek forgiveness, he wants to control her through fear. Every time Holden appears, Audra is pulled back into a whirlwind of painful memories. She cannot find refuge, as he is always watching her every move. The threats escalate, from veiled warnings to unexpected confrontations. Nate, the man who loves her, begins to suspect something is wrong. He notices the tension between Audra, Holden, Amy, and the imposter Damien. Their cryptic glances and secret meetings paint a complicated picture of a past Audra refuses to share. But when the real Damien returns, long-buried secrets begin to unravel. Audra has kept too much hidden, and Nate feels betrayed. He has defended and trusted her, but she has never truly trusted him. To Audra, silence was her only means of survival. But for Nate, love cannot exist without truth. As their relationship teeters on the edge, Holden becomes more dangerous. Losing control makes him desperate, and he is willing to do anything. Audra realizes she can no longer run. She must face him, expose the truth, and reclaim her life. The battle between past and present is reaching its climax. Can Audra break free from Holden and protect what she has built? The Young and the Restless promises intense revelations and emotional confrontations. Kyle Abbott is eager to build trust with Claire Newman, but will she come clean about Jordan? Meanwhile, Chelsea Lawson takes a major step with Adam Newman, and Daniel Romalotti Jr. learns the shocking truth about Ian Ward. Kyle is relieved to hear that Claire is safe after the chaos at the Newman ranch. However, he senses she's withholding details about her showdown with Jordan. Wanting honesty in their relationship, Kyle encourages Claire to open up, assuring her he won't judge. Claire may finally admit that she orchestrated Jordan's downfall by poisoning her tea, a revelation that could shock Kyle despite his understanding. Meanwhile, Chelsea decides to move into the old ranch house with Adam, seeing it as a significant risk. As she reflects on Adam's near-death experience at the hands of Ian Ward, emotions run high, possibly leading to a passionate moment between them. Elsewhere, Daniel discovers the horrifying truth about Heather Stevens' demise. He learns that Ian targeted her as part of his scheme against Sharon Newman, and even collaborated with Jordan. As Daniel processes the shocking twists, another mystery unfolds. What will Ian do after being declared dead, only to awaken in the ambulance? Will he escape or find himself back behind bars? With secrets, risks, and unexpected resurrections, The Young and the Restless is set for another thrilling episode. Will Claire's confession change her relationship with Kyle? Can Chelsea's bold move with Adam bring them closer? And will Ian Ward find a way to wreak havoc once again? Stay tuned to see how it all unfolds. The battle for control of Newman Enterprises has ignited tensions in Genoa City, with whispers that Victor Newman's reign may be coming to an end. The possibility of his death or permanent departure has sent shockwaves through the company, shaking the foundation of power that has long been taken for granted. Adam Newman, always ambitious and calculating, sees this as his opportunity to seize control. Believing himself to be the rightful heir to Victor's empire, Adam envisions a future where he leads Newman Enterprises with ruthless efficiency. However, his vision is met with fierce opposition from Nikki, Nick, and Victoria, who see Adam's leadership as a threat to the family's unity and legacy. Nikki, in particular, refuses to accept Adam's rise to power, fearing his cold ambition will destroy the family's bond. She argues that Newman Enterprises should not be ruled solely by corporate greed, but by the strength and integrity of the Newman family. The battle extends beyond family loyalty and into the boardroom, where alliances shift and strategies unfold. While Adam insists that his leadership would make Newman Enterprises stronger, Nikki and her allies warn of the chaos and destruction his rule could bring. The company becomes a battleground of warring factions, with each side determined to protect their version of the Newman legacy. Despite Adam's confidence in his impending takeover, an unexpected twist threatens to derail his plans. Rumors that Victor may not be finished after all. If Victor were to return, all of Adam's careful scheming would crumble, and his path to power would be blocked once again. This looming uncertainty fuels speculation among investors and media outlets, intensifying the power struggle within the Newman family. Meanwhile, Adam's once polished rhetoric begins to reveal his true nature. His hunger for dominance outweighs any familial ties, turning his quest for leadership into a battle driven by greed and self-interest. As the corporate war rages on, the Newman family must confront their deepest conflicts, questioning what truly defines loyalty, power, and inheritance. Nikki and her children fight to uphold the values Victor instilled, while Adam refuses to back down, determined to claim his throne at any cost. With Victor's fate still unknown, the stakes have never been higher. Will the Newman family crumble under the weight of its own ambition, or will they find a way to preserve their legacy? As alliances shift and betrayals unfold, one thing remains clear. In Genoa City, power is never just about business, it's about survival.